Lebo, thank you so much for joining us. Firstly, tell us what Harambee does.
So Harambee is a youth employment accelerator. We're an organization that works with government, we work with business, we work with social partners and many others to try and solve this problem of unemployment. Harambee actually is a Kiswahili word which means pulling together, and really it's in recognition that youth unemployment is one of those issues that no one entity can solve. It's a systemic problem and you've got to think about ecosystem solutions. So we work with everyone trying to experiment, innovate, and try and really understand what is at the detail of this issue. Because everyone screams unemployment, and we actually think that it's about jobs and it's about not enough jobs and young people who are not skilled enough. But we're really trying to understand exactly what sits behind that and learning many others. So there are many barriers that are out there.
And that's exactly why you're here, because we've been reporting over the last 24 hours about these shocking unemployment figures, and we know that within that figure, the vast majority of them are young people. And you're in the perfect position to tell us exactly where the major issues there lie. You're dealing with over 600,000 young work seekers, and over almost 70% of those are women. You've now just published your latest research report on gender in the job market. What are the key findings that you're finding, or the key challenges that specifically young women are facing out there trying to find work?
So, I mean, I think the big headline is that young men are more likely to find work than young women, and actually even be paid more than young women. And there's a variety of reasons for this, some that we don't really understand, because I think it's about some unconscious biases that people have around, like, you know, what a young woman is actually capable of. Some of the reasons are based on, like, educational levels. So we know, for example, that young men are 1.5 times more likely to complete matric than young women. And so understanding what our labor market is like and the fact that employers actually do value matric, we know that that is like a particular key issue. And the interesting thing is that once young women are hired, their performance is not any different from young men. I think what is also interesting about their ability to complete schooling is that you know, some of our research and findings have been that matric is not always a predictor of success in work, especially in entry-level work, and that there are other ways that we can try and understand how ready someone is and their potential to succeed in an opportunity. So, you know, they are disadvantaged because a few of them aren't able to finish their high school. It may be because of childcare or more responsibilities.
Socioeconomic issues.
Exactly, the whole range of factors. But I think we really want to challenge employers and say, do you always need a matric for some of these entry-level jobs? Yes, for some high complexity type of work, you do, but it's not the case in all of the
Do you think
jobs.
they're using matric just as a way of cutting down the numbers of people they need to look at?
Absolutely, it's a filter, you know, so matric, we know that that's what's required. A lot of employers are looking for young people with maths and with science, and the truth is that there aren't enough.
And more practical things like a driver's license, what are you seeing there?
So driver's license, we know that improves your employability. And, you know, for young women, that is also not, that doesn't stand in their favor, because young men are 5 times more likely to have a car license, 6 times more likely to have a truck license, and we know that that opens so many opportunities. And again, the reasons why this is so are just, you know, I don't know, we don't understand. I spoke to a young woman a few weeks ago who said that her father wouldn't allow her to get a license before her brother got her license. So until, you know, and it is this gender thing.
So we've got young people facing gender stereotypes even in the home.
Exactly, which is, I mean, if you think about what is taking up young women's time, it is time to look after kids, it's child work, it's unpaid care work.
And perhaps being in a community where they're not being encouraged to follow certain fields
certain
of work.
routes and certain fields of work. But time to search for work is absolutely important. We know that young women are 17 times more likely to be helping around the house, making sure that kids are ready for school. Elders are being taken care of, and that obviously eats away from their time to be out there searching for work.
Do you think there also needs to be more education and talk around the types of work that young people are looking for? You probably, it's marketing, it's business, it's like all those mainstream lanes. Should there be more talk around broadening that scope of the types of work that you're looking for, less fashionable work even?
Yeah, I say to young people who've never worked before that the best way to get a job is to be in something. So we always say, that's where most people find their next opportunity from. It might not be the most glamorous thing, but people find work through networks. So if you're not really connected into the formal economy, you're not going to know about opportunities. You don't know what's out there. So we encourage people to really stay close to work and get involved and be there. And it may not be the dream job that you are hoping for. We also know that there really simply aren't enough jobs. So we've got to explore other opportunities. We've got to look into informal work. We've got to look into work that is not salaried, so self-generating income, and young people being clever enough to think about what else and how else they can be.
Try and spot the gaps.
Exactly, and generate income for themselves.
We have to let it go there for now, but if people are watching and they want to find out more and maybe they need some help, where can they get a hold of Harambee Youth Employment Accelerator?
So for young people, we ask them to join us on our Mobi site. It's www.harambee.mobi.mobi. And we also work a lot with employers and the demand side, trying to and ensure that we can raise opportunities. And harambee.co.za is our website, and we encourage everyone to come and have a look, because we really need everyone in this to be able to solve it.
We can only wish you the very best. You certainly are at the coalface of these economic challenges that we're facing. Thank you so much for your time. Lebo Nkesh is an executive with Harambee Youth Employment Accelerator.